We all know email sucks, right? It's one of those things that nobody likes, but we all know we have to do. And it's not going away anytime soon. Email apps are pretty much all the same. You have a list of all your incoming emails and you reply to them one by one. Classic. I personally hate emails and I get hundreds of them per day. So I'm down to try anything at all that can make dealing with my emails just a little bit easier. I've used Hey for about a year and then I switched to Superhuman and I've been using it for about 3 months now. So here's my honest review about both of them. Before I even get started, let me just make it super clear that both Hey and Superhuman are better than Gmail, Outlook, or Apple Mail. There's no question about that. Let's start with Superhuman. I've heard so much about this app. It was crazy. It was invite only for a really time and people loved to show that they were using it in their email signatures. They raised a crazy amount of money and everyone working in and out of tech has heard about this thing. Everybody was praising it. Everyone was saying good things about it and how much they changed their life, right? If you look at their website, it's full of quotes and praises from all these big tech CEOs and really impressive people. The super long wait list in the hundreds of thousands and the $30 per month price tag really turned me off from this thing for a really long time. But at some point I was like, okay, I have to give it a try. So let's talk about it. Superhuman's focus is on building the fastest email experience ever and saving you time. They want to get you in and out of the inbox as fast as possible, which sounds great, honestly. They even promise to get you 4 hours of your time back every week. That's great, but how does it work? It has a very clean and minimalistic interface. It doesn't really look that much different from other email clients, to be honest, but what's really impressive is what happens behind the scenes. It uses AI to help you write full emails in your tone and your voice with just a single line of prompt. It splits your inbox into different topics to make sure you don't miss the urgent stuff and has automatic reminders to reply and follow up on time. You also have other cool time-saving features like snippets to reuse the sentences and even entire emails you send all the time, but also snoozing emails to reply later if it's not urgent, and it even automatically fixes all your errors as you type with AI, so you don't even have to worry about it. You can also undo sends, which is super useful for all those times you realize your mistake right after you click on send, and an instant intro feature and even quick quotes. The more unusual features include an automated smart calendar that automatically checks your availability and schedules new events for you. You also have a built-in profile for each person you're contacting with insights from LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. And you even have read status for the emails you've sent. We've talked about AI writing emails for you and correcting your errors, right? But it can also improve your writing and summarize whole conversations in a single click. Superhuman has honestly a ton of little features that make your life so much easier. But the most impressive part is that it's all shortcut activated. It has keyboard shortcuts for absolutely everything. It does take some time to get used to them, but you pretty much never have to use a mouse here. Literally everything in this app is built with speed in mind, and I do think it delivers on most of its promises. On the other side, Hey's focus is not on speed, but on making your email experience enjoyable again, which I admit sounds a little bit cringe at first, like email has just never been enjoyable for me. But honestly, after reading their CEO's letter, which is like front and center on their website, I do understand where they're coming from a little bit better. When you think about it, email is a beautiful thing. It's a really simple technology that allows you to connect with almost anyone around the world. Receiving an email from somebody you care about, some good news, or a new edition of a newsletter you love feels great. It's a really great experience. The real problem with email is not really emails in themselves. It's really just the sheer amount of crap you receive every day from people you don't care about and stuff that you never even really signed up for. So Hey has taken a very different approach from Superhuman. They try to reinvent the way you do emails, and I honestly love it. The first thing you'll notice is that you have a screener which gives you back control over your inbox. If someone emails you for the first time, you have to manually approve them. And if you don't, they will simply never be able to email you again. This makes so much sense. Why can anyone just have free access to my inbox just like that? This should be standard everywhere, to be honest. Once you approve a new contact, you can put them in 3 main categories. One is your inbox with an M because it's only for important people you actually want to hear from. The paper trail, which is for all your receipts, notifications, and transaction emails, or your personal feed. The feed is for all the newsletters that you might want to read, but Just not right now. I'll scroll through this feed later when I'm on the toilet, kind of the same way that you would a social media feed. You can put any specific emails in your reply later box, set aside box, or make it bubble up later. You also have features like snippets, undo send, and clips, which let you save confirmation numbers, for example, to easily find them later. Some of my favorite things about Hey is that you can easily send massive files directly from your email. No need to go to Google Drive or whatever. You can also see all the files and links in a conversation. You can rename conversations, share a link to an email or a thread with others. You can unfollow massive threads and even merge multiple threads and conversations into one to make it easier to keep track of things. You also have a bunch of smaller cool things like notes in your emails, stickers you can add to an email. It blocks all email trackers. You have collections which group multiple threads together for better collaborations. You can bundle senders. You can even publish to your own webpage. So you basically have your own private website now. And you have workflows which help you track stages of progress in a specific process. They've also recently launched a brand new Hey Calendar, which is meant to replace Google Calendar, Apple Calendar, etc. I've only been using it for a few days, honestly, but it already looks really promising. So I'm going to dive deeper into this probably later. Now, for my honest thoughts and comparison. As I said at the beginning, both of them are without a question better than Apple Mail, Gmail, Outlook, or whatever else. And the short version is that I prefer Hey, and I just switched back from Superhuman to Hey. The first big point that we need to talk about is that both of them are paid apps, whereas all their competitors are free. Gmail is free, Apple Mail is free, Outlook is free, pretty much everything out there is free for emails. So if I'm gonna pay for emails, you really need to change my life in a major way. Superhuman costs $30 per month, and Hey costs $99 per year, which is about $8.25 per month. Compared to Gmail's $0 per month, both of them are expensive, honestly. But I really can't justify Superhuman's $30 per month price tag. But to be fair, Superhuman did deliver on pretty much all its promises of speed and helping me go through my inbox faster and saving me time. It really did make it faster for me to go through my emails every day. But it did not make it more enjoyable. I still hate it. Emails are still a pain for me, even on Superhuman. It's just a pain I can go through a little bit faster. I'm also honestly a little bit annoyed about the way that it was built, in the sense that it's very clearly meant to be used in a very specific way. And if you don't want to use it that way, it's just really not going to be that good. And it doesn't really allow for any flexibility at all on that side. At the end of the day, for me, Superhuman felt like a good product, but it really just felt like a kind of wrapper for Gmail, which adds a bunch of extra fancy features on top, which are pretty good, right? But it's really far from actually revolutionizing my email experience. And it's just not really worth $30 per month every single month. Hey, on the other side, is far from perfect. It does have its issues, and compared to Superhuman, it feels really slow, that's for sure. It doesn't have most of the keyboard shortcuts that Superhuman has, or that even Gmail has. It might honestly not be for you. It has a very specific take on how emails should be, and you might just not like it. But I can't deny that it's very, very different from any other email experience I've had up until now. The price tag is also not crazy expensive, but of course, compared to the $0 from Gmail, it is still something that you have to pay. In my personal opinion, it is worth that money though. Emails felt like much less of a pain on Hey. It's actually a much nicer experience than I've ever had before, and I sometimes even look forward to actually sitting down and going through my feed. It actually made me want to subscribe to more newsletters instead of what I used to do before, which was not subscribing to anything because I don't want more stuff in my inbox. By the way, don't forget to like and subscribe if you're enjoying this video. It helps me a lot, but it also makes sure that you don't miss out on any future videos like this one. If you're still watching, I'm gonna assume you're liking this video and you want to see more of it, so subscribe. The biggest differentiator for me, and what actually made me go back to Hey, aside from the price tag, was actually the focus on privacy and control of your inbox. The fact that I can decide who can email me, who has access to me and to my time, changes absolutely everything. My inbox on Hey is mostly just things I actually care about, things are important and that matter to me, not an endless list of spam emails, automated things, and junk that I have to go through every single day. doesn't really matter how fast I can go through that junk. As I said before, Hey is really far from perfect, but it's really the first time that I felt in control of my inbox. Not all day, every day, right? There's still too many emails for my taste, but at least I have some control over the flow of emails. As a conclusion, Superhuman is not a bad product by any means, and it's a clear upgrade from Gmail, Outlook, or whatever. For me, it's just not really worth the price. But it does have that FOMO thing going on for it, so, that's something to consider. I personally vote for Hey. I actually just finished going back to it this morning, but I'm really curious to know if you think there's something better out there. Please let me know in the comments. I would definitely love to check it out and actually even make a video about it. Emails are really important and they're so broken right now. So if there's any solution out there that makes it even just 1% better, I want to know. If you're still watching and you're interested in this sort of app, you might actually enjoy this video here where I compared Arc and Sigma OS, two new-gen browsers currently revolutionizing the way that we access the internet. I swear, it's a good video. Please watch it. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and talk to you soon.